Welcome to my channel.
And this is English Podcast Station.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into something pretty universal, but maybe a little tricky sometimes. Going on a romantic date.
That's right. We've gathered quite a bit of material to really break down how these conversations work in English.
And we think this deep dive will be super helpful, especially if you're, say, a beginner English learner, or maybe you're prepping for the IELTS speaking test.
Mm-hmm. Because understanding these kinds of, everyday social chats, that really builds your confidence for real life.
So what's on the agenda today? What are we covering?
Okay, so we'll start with some essential vocabulary, keywords you'll need, then phrases for actually asking someone out.
Right.
We'll also look at getting ready, the thoughts and talk around that, then the conversation during the date, at a restaurant, maybe going for a walk.
Ordering food too, that's important.
Definitely. Ordering food, how to end the date nicely, and some specific tips for that IELTS speaking practice.
Cool. So the mission really is to equip you with the language, the tools to feel, comfortable and confident in these English, social, maybe romantic situations.
Exactly. Ready to dive in. Let's start with the basics, the vocabulary.
Okay, the building blocks. Let's do it.
First up, date. Simple enough phrase. It's basically a planned meeting between two people who are, romantically interested in each other.
Like they're going on a date tonight. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Then romantic describes things that bring out feelings of love, tenderness.
That classic example, walking on the beach at sunset, is very romantic.
Precisely. Next word, crush.
Ah, the crush.
Yeah, that strong feeling of attraction you have for someone, like she has a crush on her classmate, just really liking someone.
Yeah, and then ask out.
Right. That's the action. Inviting someone for a date. He plans to ask her out this weekend, making that first move.
Makes sense. What's next?
Compliment. It's just a nice, positive thing you say to someone.
Like, hey, I really like your shirt or something.
Exactly. I really like your new haircut is a good example. Making someone feel good.
Okay. And then there's nervous.
Oh, yeah. Feeling nervous. Very common for dates. It just means feeling anxious, a bit worried.
Totally normal reaction, I guess, when you want to make a good impression.
Absolutely. And lastly, chemistry.
Chemistry, that's like the vibe.
Kind of, yeah. It's that spark, that connection you feel when you just click, conversation flows easily. There's that mutual attraction thing going on.
Got it. Okay, so those are some key words. Now let's get practical. How do you actually ask someone out?
Right. This can feel like the most nerve-wracking part for some people.
I bet.
Our sources give a nice, simple example. Imagine James wants to ask Erica out. He might say something like, "Hey, Erica, would you be interested in going out sometime?"
Okay, direct but polite. And let's say Erica's interested.
Yeah, she responds positively. So then James suggests a plan. Maybe dinner, nice Italian place downtown, say 6.30, followed by a walk in the park.
Sounds like a good plan. And she agrees.
Yep, she says that sounds lovely. The key phrase there was, "Would you like to go out with me?" Or, "Would you be interested in going out sometime?" Very clear.
Are there other ways people ask? More casual, maybe?
Oh, definitely. You could say, "Do you want to grab dinner sometime? A bit more relaxed." Or even more casual, "Would you like to have coffee with me?"
Good alternatives. Less pressure, maybe with coffee.
Exactly. Depends on the situation. And a little tip often mentioned, smile when you ask. Makes it feel warmer.
Good point. Okay, so success. You've asked, they've said yes.
Yeah.
Now, getting ready. The anticipation builds.
Mm-hmm. This is where the excitement, maybe some nerves kick in. You might think or tell a friend, "I'm really excited for tonight," or "I'm looking forward to seeing her."
Right, showing that positive feeling.
And you want to look good, feel good. So you might ask a friend, "What should I wear?" Or hold up two shirts, this one or this one.
Oh, yeah. Or the classic, "Do I look okay?" We've all asked that.
Totally. And feeling nervous. perfectly normal. The common advice is just breathe and be yourself.
Good advice. Try to relax. Let them see the real you.
Exactly. Okay, fast forward. You're on the date. Let's picture a restaurant. Maybe cozy, candles, soft music.
Setting the scene. So James and Erica arrive. What might they say first?
Probably comment on the place. Jared might go, wow, this place is really nice.
And Erica could add, yes, it's very romantic. I love the candles on the table. Notice the details.
Right. Mention the music, the atmosphere. It gets the conversation started on a positive note. Then, inevitably, looking at the menu.
Okay, time to decide on food.
Yeah, they might chat about it. The pasta sounds good. Oh, I might get the grilled salmon. Maybe even have you tried the...
Right. Then the waiter comes over.
And they order. Simple phrases here. I'll have the pasta, please. And I'd like the grilled salmon. Clear and polite. Maybe decide on dessert later. Let's share the chocolate cake.
Sounds delicious. Okay, food's ordered. What about conversation during the meal? Compliments.
Yeah, a compliment is often nice. People could say, you look really beautiful tonight, Erica.
And Erica.
She might reply, thank you, James. That's very sweet. A simple acknowledgement.
Nice. Just expressing enjoyment.
Absolutely. Saying things like, I'm really glad we're here together, or me too, this is a very special evening, just sharing that positive feeling.
Okay, so dinner went well, conversation flowed.
Yeah.
What often happens next? A walk.
A walk is a great next step, yeah. Imagine them leaving the restaurant, maybe heading to a park. Stars are out.
Nice visual. What are they talking about now? Still the food.
Could be. That was such a delicious meal. Yes, and the cake was amazing. Reflecting on the good experience.
Or maybe commenting on the night itself.
Right. The stars are so bright tonight. It's a perfect night for a walk. Just observing the surroundings together.
And how they're feeling. Is the connection growing?
Hopefully. They might say things like, I feel really happy right now. Or, me too. You're easy to talk to.
That's a good sign. Easy to talk to.
It really is. James might even admit, I was a bit nervous earlier, but I'm feeling really relaxed now.
That's relatable. And Erica could respond.
Maybe something like, that's the best part of a good date, when it feels natural, when you can just relax.
True. And to keep talking, maybe they find a bench.
Yeah. Sit down for a bit, continue chatting. Nice relaxed end to that part of the date.
Okay, but eventually the evening has to wrap up. How do they handle the ending?
All right, time to say goodbye. James might start with, well, I had a really nice time tonight, Erica.
And Erica could reply, me too, James. Thank you for the lovely evening, expressing that mutual enjoyment.
Maybe mention specifics again. Everything was perfect, or the conversation was great.
And then the logistics. Maybe walking her to her car.
Yeah, a polite gesture. Can I walk you to your car? Yes, please. That would be nice.
And the big question, will there be another date?
Exactly. James might ask, a little tentatively perhaps, so, would you like to go out again sometime?
And if it went well...
Erica might say enthusiastically, I'd love that. Clear signal.
Great. Maybe they arrange the next contact.
Could do. James could say, okay, great, I'll give you a call tomorrow. And Erica agrees. Sounds perfect.
Then simple goodnights. And the date ends on a high note.
Exactly. So we've walked through a whole date scenario there. Lots of useful language. Maybe we should quickly recap some key phrases.
Good idea, just to reinforce them. Okay, so asking someone out. What were those again?
You've got, would you like to go out with me? Or maybe, do you want to grab dinner sometime?
Right. And then during the date, compliments, talking about the place.
Yeah, like, you look beautiful, or this place is nice, and for ordering simply, I'll have the pasta, please.
Easy enough. And ending the date positively.
Phrases like, I had a great time, or I had a really nice time tonight, and if you want to see them again, would you like to go out again?
Super helpful phrases to have in your back pocket.
Definitely. And, thinking about this whole topic, It links really well to IELTS preparation.
Ah, yeah. How so?
Well, especially for part 2 of the speaking test. You often get asked to describe something, maybe a special event, a meal, an evening.
Right. You might get a card that says, describe a romantic evening you had.
Exactly. So when you answer that, you talk about, where you went, what you did, and importantly, how you felt.
And you could use the vocabulary we talked about today.
Precisely. Words like romantic, talking about the atmosphere, giving a compliment, maybe mentioning feeling nervous, but having a good conversation, going for a walk. It all fits.
So it shows your range of language. And the key IELTS tip is always practice.
Practice speaking aloud, yes. And try to time yourself. Aim for that 1 to 2 minutes for part 2.
Okay, speaking of practice, maybe we can do a quick repetition exercise right now.
Yeah.
Get you listening and speaking.
Great idea. I'll say a phrase, and you at home just repeat it after me. Ready?
Let's do it. First one, would you like to go out with me?
Pause. Okay. Next. I had a great time tonight.
Pause. You look beautiful.
Pause. The food was delicious.
Pause. And last one, would you like to meet again?
Pause. Excellent. Just hearing and saying them helps lock them in.
Absolutely. And besides repeating after us, you could role play these conversations with a friend, maybe?
Yeah, or even practice in front of a mirror. Sounds silly, maybe, but it works. The goal is just to get comfortable saying these things.
Feel natural using them.
Exactly. Feel confident.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. We've done a pretty deep dive into the English for going on a romantic date.
Covered the key words, useful phrases from start to finish, and even how it connects to IELTS.
We really hope this helps, especially if you're starting out with English or need that conversational practice for the exam.
But remember, this is just, one part of the big picture of learning English. There's always more nuance, more to explore.
Definitely. So here's a final thought to leave you with.
Okay.
Think about how you would use these phrases. Picture yourself describing a great evening, maybe for IELTS practice, maybe just for fun. What would you say? What other words or phrases might you need for your specific situations?
Yeah, think about making it personal,
Wow.
applying it. That's how the learning really sticks.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive today.
Yes, thanks for listening. We hope you found it useful.
Until next time, keep practicing, and goodbye for now.